Lombok. Even the name feels like a gentle breeze, a soft syllable that floats on the air and lingers in your memory. The name itself is a gentle promise, a whisper on the Indonesian breeze. It's a word that hints at secrets, at stories waiting to be discovered, at a place where time seems to slow and the world feels a little softer. Next to Bali, it sits quietly, but with its own magic. While its famous neighbor pulses with crowds and color, Lombok is content to let its beauty unfold slowly, like a story told in hushed tones. When I arrived, the air was thick with cloves and damp earth, a perfume of adventure. The scent was both foreign and familiar, grounding me in the present while hinting at the island's long history of spice and trade. The island hummed with quiet energy as if something special waited just beyond the horizon. Every sunrise seemed to promise new discoveries, and every misty morning felt like an invitation to explore. The people greeted me with genuine smiles, their connection to the land unmistakable. Their warmth was immediate, their hospitality woven into the rhythm of daily life. In their eyes, I saw a deep pride for their home, and a willingness to share its wonders with a curious traveler. My reason for coming, Mount Rinjani, the mighty volcano dominating the landscape. Its presence is impossible to ignore, a towering guardian that shapes the island's weather, its stories, and its spirit. From the coast, it looked like a sleeping giant, revered by the Sasak people and trekkers worldwide. Its slopes are etched into local legend, and its silhouette is a constant companion, visible from nearly every corner of Lombok. Life here unfolds in the shadow of the volcano. Fishermen cast their nets at dawn, children play in the rice fields, and all the while, Rinjani watches over them, a silent witness to generations of dreams and daily struggles. The thought of climbing it filled me with excitement and nerves. I wondered what secrets the mountain held, what stories the wind would carry as I made my way up its ancient trails. I explored villages at its foot, life unfolding at a gentle pace, always under Rinjani's watchful presence. Here, the mountain is more than a backdrop. It's a neighbor, a protector, and sometimes, a challenge to be faced. The mountain was in their art, their stories, their daily conversations, a source of pride and respect. Children learn its legends before they can walk, and elders speak of it with reverence, as if it were a living ancestor. This bond between people and mountain deepened my own curiosity. I found myself drawn to its slopes, eager to understand the connection that runs so deep, to feel the pulse of the island through the soles of my feet. With a ready backpack and a heart full of anticipation, I prepared to answer the mountain's call. Every step felt like a step into the unknown, a chance to discover not just a place but a part of myself. The adventure was about to begin, a journey into raw, untamed nature. The path ahead promised challenge and beauty in equal measure, and I was ready to embrace it all. Lombok had welcomed me, and now its greatest treasure awaited discovery. In this land of whispers and wonders, every moment felt like a gift, and every horizon promised a new story. The climb began at dawn, cool air clinging to the valley, the world still hushed in the early light. Our boots crunched softly on the damp earth as we gathered at the trailhead, anticipation buzzing in the quiet. The first rays of sunlight crept over Mount Rinjani's silhouette, painting the sky in soft pinks and golds, promising adventure ahead. We set out from Senaru, stepping beneath a towering archway of trees, and entering a lush rainforest that felt almost primeval. The air was thick with the scent of wet earth and growing things, every breath a reminder of the life teeming all around us. Sunlight filtered through the thick canopy, painting the forest floor in green and gold. Shafts of light danced across mossy trunks and tangled roots, illuminating hidden corners where tiny insects scurried and ferns unfurled. Exotic birds called overhead, their songs echoing through the trees, the forest alive with sound. The chorus of wildlife, chirps, rustles, and distant calls, created a living soundtrack that made every step feel magical. Our guide, Addie, pointed out macaques swinging in the trees, their playful antics drawing smiles from our group. He paused often to explain the uses of local plants, leaves for medicine, roots for food, sharing stories passed down through generations. Every step took us deeper into this ancient world, away from modern noise and distraction. The further we walked, the more the outside world faded, replaced by the steady rhythm of our footsteps and the pulse of the jungle. The path climbed gently at first, but the humidity and exertion quickly made themselves known. Sweat beaded on our brows and our breaths grew heavier, but the beauty of the forest spurred us onward. We were a small group, quickly bonded by the shared challenge and the wonder of our surroundings. Laughter and encouragement echoed between us, turning strangers into companions on this journey. As we gained altitude, the jungle thinned, revealing sweeping views of Lombok's coastline far below. The sight of the distant sea, shimmering in the morning sun, reminded us how far we'd come, and how much further we had to go. The sense of accomplishment grew with every step, each milestone celebrated with smiles and quiet pride. We paused often, not just to catch our breath, but to soak in the beauty and the camaraderie. Yet as we looked ahead, the real challenge loomed, a steeper, more demanding path winding up the mountain, promising both hardship and reward. Our journey into the heart of Rinjani had only just begun. The porters are the true heroes of Rinjani. Carrying up to 30 kilograms in simple sandals, they move with astonishing speed and grace. While we struggled with day packs, they overtook us, always smiling and encouraging. At camp, they'd have tents ready and hot meals cooking before we arrived. Their connection to the mountain runs deep. Rinjani is part of their identity. They shared stories, wisdom, and endless generosity. Their strength is both physical and of character. The trek would be impossible without them. After our first night, the trek changed. We left the forest for a world of rock and scrubland, climbing above the tree line. The path grew steeper, the air thinner and cooler. Clouds drifted across our path, revealing and hiding the vast views. Each step was a test of endurance, legs burning, doubts creeping in, but the peak ahead renewed our determination. The landscape was stark, almost otherworldly, muted volcanic colors, hardy vegetation. Silence reigned, broken only by wind and boots on gravel. As we neared the crater rim, excitement built. The final switchbacks were brutal, but the view above the clouds was pure exhilaration. We were close to our goal. Reaching the crater rim campsite was pure triumph. Before us, a vast caldera, turquoise Sagara Anak Lake and the steaming cone of Mount Rinjani. Sunset painted the sky in brilliant colors, the lake shimmering below. Silence fell as we watched day turn to night. After dinner we huddled in jackets, sipping hot drinks as the temperature dropped. The stars were dazzling, the Milky Way a river of diamonds overhead. I lay awake, awed by the universe and the mountain's wildness. Sleep was elusive. Excitement for the summit push kept us restless. The final ascent would begin at 2 a.m. I felt deeply connected to this untamed place. The summit push began in the freezing dark, the world around us silent except for the crunch of boots on volcanic gravel. The air was sharp, biting at any exposed skin, and the mountain loomed above, its peak hidden in the night. Each of us felt a mix of anticipation and nerves. Knowing the hardest part of the climb was just beginning, we layered up, zipping jackets tight and pulling hats low, our head torches cutting narrow beams through the darkness. The steep, loose scree shifted beneath our feet, making every step a calculated effort. The mountain demanded our full attention, and the silence was broken only by the sound of our breathing and the occasional encouragement from fellow trekkers. For every 2 steps forward we slid 1 back, a relentless climb that tested our resolve. The ground seemed to move beneath us and the slope felt endless. Our legs burned and our hearts pounded, but we pressed on, driven by the promise of sunrise at the summit. The only light was our headlamps, a line of bobbing lights snaking up the mountain. It was a surreal sight. Tiny orbs of light floating in the darkness, each one a person fighting their own battle against fatigue and doubt. The camaraderie was palpable, even in the quiet. Air was thin, every breath an effort. The altitude made our lungs work overtime, and we paused often, hands on knees, gasping for oxygen. Each inhale felt precious, a reminder of how high we'd climbed and how far we still had to go. Our guide's mantra, Palan Palan, slowly, slowly, echoed in our minds. He moved with steady confidence, urging us to find our own rhythm and not rush. His calm presence was reassuring, a steady anchor in the challenging darkness. At last, a faint orange line appeared on the horizon, dawn breaking the spell of night. The sky began to shift, colors bleeding into the darkness, and hope surged through our tired bodies. We could finally see the outline of the summit, so close yet still demanding every ounce of strength. Energized, we pressed on as the sky exploded with color. Pinks, oranges, and golds painted the clouds, and the world below us slowly came into view. The beauty was overwhelming, a reward for every grueling step we'd taken in the dark. Reaching the summit at 3,726 meters was indescribable. Exhaustion, relief, and pure joy mingled together. We hugged, laughed, and some of us cried, overwhelmed by the magnitude of what we'd achieved. The sense of accomplishment was matched only by the breathtaking views that greeted us. The sun rose, casting a golden glow over the crater, the shimmering Sagara Anak Lake, and the island far below. The landscape was transformed, every detail illuminated in the morning light. It felt like standing on another planet, far removed from the world we'd left behind. The volcano's shadow stretched across a sea of clouds, a dramatic silhouette that seemed to touch the horizon. It was a reminder of the mountain's power and the vastness of the world around us. We stood on top of the world, humbled by the planet's majesty. The view was unforgettable, a panorama of peaks, valleys, and sky that made every hardship worthwhile. The journey had tested us, but the reward was beyond words. We shared quiet moments reflecting on the challenge and the beauty that surrounded us, grateful for the experience and for each other. We lingered, soaking in the moment, letting the peace and wonder of the summit fill us before beginning the long descent back to the world below. After the summit, we descended into the crater. The path to Sagara Anak Lake was steep, but the promise of a swim kept us going. Up close, the turquoise water was vibrant, a splash of life in the volcanic landscape. We waded in, the cool water washing away days of fatigue. Nearby, a hot spring offered a perfect soothing bath. Our porters grilled fresh fish for lunch, a meal made extraordinary by the setting. Steam rose from Mount Rinjani, a reminder of the volcano's power. That night, stars reflected on the lake's surface, a mirror of the heavens. Sagara Anak is the heart of Rinjani, a place of renewal and peace. If you're inspired to climb Rinjani, preparation is key. It's Indonesia's second highest volcano, sacred to locals and Balinese Hindus. The trek is demanding, train for fitness and stamina. Most treks last 3 days, with guides and porters required for safety and local support. Choose a reputable company that treats staff and the environment well. Pack sturdy boots, layered clothing, a warm jacket, hat, gloves, and a head torch. Essentials: sun protection, first aid kit, snacks, and check your company's gear. Respect the mountain, leave no trace, honor local culture, and stay hydrated. The best time to climb is April to December. Avoid the rainy season. With the right mindset, Rinjani is the adventure of a lifetime. Prepare well, and the mountain will reward you. The descent was a time for reflection. Every step back to civilization was filled with memories: lush forests, strong porters, the summit sunrise. The mountain had tested me, but gave back a sense of accomplishment and perspective. Leaving Lombok was bittersweet, tired, but heart full. The warmth of its people and the power of Rinjani left a lasting impression. Adventure is about connection, with nature, culture, and people. Stepping outside our comfort zones is where we grow. The world is vast, full of wonders, waiting for us to explore. Stay curious, cherish our planet, and seek your own adventure. May your journey fill your heart as Rinjani filled mine.